Hi everyone, it's Sarah here and I'm just doing my Indigoblu Mannequin today, and I hope you'll enjoy watching and joining in along the way as I decorate it, and this little mannequin will be going to my demos with me. So bear with me a second just till I get my chat back up because it disappeared. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. So the next thing I'm going to use is banana custard, and this is English Cottage Artist's Acrylic Paint by Indigoblu, and this is just pigment and a binder. There is no water in this paint at all, so it's good value for money. Hang on a second, I'll just get a little brush to get some out of here. And get the paint out the lid. And it's highly pigmented, or pigmented, whatever, and it's fabulous paint. A little goes a long way. And let me just clean that brush off. And then what I'm going to do is just mix this in just to calm the colour down a little bit and give it a nice creamy yellow as opposed to banana yellow. There we go. Let me just take a little bit off the side there because I'm too close to the edge. Okay, so we're just going to start painting our little mannequin, and I might give her 2 coats depending on how it looks after one. It's a beautiful day here today. It took ages for the sea har to burn off, but the sun managed to get through eventually. And it's a beautiful afternoon. Right, okay. I'm recording it, Jeannie. And I don't normally record on Ustream, but what I'll do is I'll stick this up on YouTube as well once I'm done. What I might do is just dry this just now so that I can hold on to the back. So I've got one more day left off my holidays, and then that's me back at work. I've been off for 2 weeks and it doesn't even feel like it. It's flown in. I just had a quiet day yesterday because I was absolutely shattered after 2 days of sorting out this shed and reorganising it and decorating the walls. They're still not completely finished. I still have to put more paper on the walls, but it's getting there, slowly but surely. I actually felt out of sorts yesterday, so I just kind of took it easy. I don't think my arms have ever been used to doing decorating or wallpapering. Well, I was sitting here looking at it, Eileen, and I thought, do you know what? It's like sitting in a padded cell in here, because all you can see is the plasterboard and the nails or the screws going in, fixing it onto the walls. And I thought, I wonder what it would look like if I used up some of that 12 by 12 paper. So I stuck one sheet up, and I thought, this is going to look good. And then that was it. Before I knew it, there was 10 sheets on the wall, and I was like, oh, this is going to look so nice. Just a change from looking at the walls, bare walls. And then the thing is, the good thing about it is, if you get fed up with a sheet, just put something else on top of it. Cover it up with something else. So that's what I've done. And the thing is, what you can do is, you can not only can you use 12 by 12 bits, you can use 6 by 6, or if you find a nice little bit, you can, a nice bit of patterned paper that's only say a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4, put it in the middle of one of the big 12 by 12 sheets and it'll look fab. So I'm actually quite happy now sitting looking at it all the time. Today's the first day that I've really spent in here crafting. I still have a lot of sorting out to do. I have a lot of organising in here still to do. I've still got boxes all around the floor, but I'm not in the mood for sorting it just now. Plus hubby's gone back to work and he was doing all the heavy lifting for me. See, that's what my hubby said when he came up here. He went, I didn't know that you could do wallpapering. And I went, I can't. And he went, well, you're making a better job than what I could. So guess we'll probably be getting the wallpapering jobs in the house to do from now on. Now he knows I can paper. Right, let's just do this bottom bit. So that was just about the right amount of paint. And this is just about the right good level of height for my camera. I've got it on top of my fan. I brought a fan up here because it was quite hot when I was decorating the other day. A little bit more round the top. Oh, can you hear that eagle? I haven't seen them around here for ages. Hang on a wee minute. I'm back. Haven't seen the eagles in a long time. There we go. So let me just use up this last bit of paint. There we go. And I'll grab some wipes. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to decorate her at this precise moment in time, because half my stuff's in that other shed. So kind of for the embellishments, I'm going to have to go and have a rake and see what I've got. We've got sea eagles here, great big huge things, although I haven't seen them for a while, but you know, that one just kind of flew by and I had to nip out to see it. I'm looking for tissues. Right, so we'll give this one final blast, just with the heat gun to dry off the last bit. there's a picture on Facebook, Jeannie, and there's also, I put a picture on Twitter just not that long ago. So what I want to do is, that's the mannequin painted, or the dress form, whatever you want to call it, and what I need to do now is a bit of stamping. So what I need is some tissues. And get our stamp set out. Now I've got two stamp sets here, and I'm thinking about these little flowers down the bottom here, and also these butterflies here, and possibly some of these flowers. So let's see how we get going with this. And this is the Clockwork stamp set from Indigoblu, and you've got Roman numerals and some bits of flowers. So this was a technique that I learned down at Indigoblu headquarters when I was there last week for a 2-day demonstrator training course, and it was stamping on tissues. There'll be fly coming in there, so I'm just going to trim this up. So when you come along to see my demos, you'll see this, they'll see the mannequin, and the thing is, if you don't like it, you can just paint over the top of it and start again. There we go. This was, no, this was Kay Halliwell Sutton, who is the owner of Indigoblu, that showed us this technique. Although, have you seen the technique that Claire posted a YouTube video about today? That was fab. I think she's posted it on, it's up on Facebook, and probably I've retweeted it on Twitter as well. Right, so let me get a Slim Jim. So these are the thin shims that you can get from acrylic shims from Indigoblu. And let me just pop that mannequin there. So the ink I'm going to be using is Versafine. Let me just get that because it's across here. Or you can use StazOn. I don't know, I might use either or. So I picked up a lot of these inks when I was down there. So the Christmas card that I used these two greens. But I'm thinking, now I don't know whether to use blues and purples or oranges and yellows. Let me just see what I've got. So I've got 4 of those, and I've got Gothic Purple, Midnight Blue, Vibrant Blue and Blue Hawaii, and then I've just got Ganache and Spiced Chai. might go for summery colours rather than the blues, so we'll go with these. So that's Orange Zest, and this one's Pumpkin. And that one's St. Valentine, and this one's Cherry Pink. I don't have a yellow Stay-On ink, but let me see if I've got a yellow in VersaFine. I don't think I have either. I've got a toffee. I've got a toffee. Bear with me just a second. I need to nip down to the house for 5 minutes. I'll be back in 2 ticks. Oh, sorry about that. I had to pop the dogs in. It's too hot outside for them. So what I'm going to do is maybe cut this flower out as well. They're very similar. And this set is Live, Laugh and Love. I think I'm going to go for this little flower here. And these are some of the stamp sets that I picked up when I was down there last week. There we go. So let's try cherry pink. And a bit of the orange on that one. And just stamp it onto the tissue and lift. There we go. And then just a bit more of that. And then I'm just putting little tinges on the sides. A little bit orange up in that top corner. Oops. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just kind of putting some random bits and bobs on here. Let me try the red and pink. Well, that's pretty too. The red and the pink go nice together. I'll just let you see that one. Try some orange with the red. Some orange on the edges. It's really pretty. Right. Just doing some little random ones on the tissue so that I can put these on. So that's that, but I'll leave that there to dry. But what I want to do is I want an edge, so I need to get rows, or maybe I'll just, that's what I'll do. I'll pop this one on, and then maybe just put some yellow in the middle, or orange in the middle, and some cherry pink on the outside edge, or in the middle of bits, and then the St. Valentine's red along the outside edge. Pretty. Look at that one. I'm easily pleased. Right, so more orange in the middle. followed by the pink. And then the red, just on the outside, edgy bit. I don't get bothered with the sunlight as much in here anymore because I've got a tree that's grown. We've got an elder tree that's kind of sprouted up at the side of my shed, so it's giving me quite a bit of shade. Have they found where that plane's gone yet? Just when I hear that plane taking off above my head, because we live next to Edinburgh Airport, or close to it, and we're on the flight path. I wonder what if I get 2 stampings out of it. Alright, that's quite good. There we go. Okay, so let me just get this yellow again and pink. Right, there we go. So we'll just give these a quick dry off. Not that we'll need it because it stays on and it should dry with it being solvent based. There we go. So what we need to do now is separate the layers, and because these are 4-ply, I should have 4 layers. So I'm just trying to find where my pokey tool is. I did have it here earlier. Oh, here it is. So we need to separate these layers, and it's no mean task. Oh, there we go. don't know how many that is. Maybe splitting into 2 and 2. Yeah. Right, so that's 2 there, so I don't need that one. So I need to split this one into 2. This isn't easy. There we go. Hooray! They're quite nice as well. Okay, so let's see if we can try and just get this top layer. Yeah, that was easier. I might keep some of these actually. There we go. Okay, so what I planned to do was put some of these ones around the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just tear it. And the tip that we learned from Kay at Indigoblu was rip it instead of cutting it, because then it will blend better into the mannequin, rather than having harsh lines of a pair of scissors. So you're just ripping off the excess here. I hope you can see it okay. Do you want me to move my camera down closer, or are you okay with that? Let me just see if I can move this down a bit. Oh no, I don't think I can. That'll be in the other settings. Cancel that. Right, so that's that one. And we'll get another 3 here. should be okay with that. Or I'll see how these ones go. I might change the bottom ones for the right, I think I'll use these ones for going round the bottom, and I'll use the bigger ones further up. Okay, so I need to get another couple of these. Okay. Right, I think I'll go with that. And then another wee one, and then that should do us. There we go. Pop those there just now. Get rid of all the tissue I don't need into the bucket. I need another paintbrush, and then we need to slap it on matte. This is just a matte medium, which is for tissue technique, decoupage, collage and mixed media. Alright, so let's start putting on these little flowers on the bottom. I'm just going to tip some onto my mat for now, and then just load it into my brush and just get it on there, and then just paint it onto the front of my mannequin. And then what I'm going to do is place my flowers on, and then just gently apply that on. And then what happens is you get them going on the bottom, and then it dries transparent. And just get some more on my brush. And we'll just carry that on right the way around. Then we've got another one. That might just make it. And we have, let's put some down there. And that's the bottom of the dress done. So what I'll do is kind of just dry that off a little bit on the bottom. It's better if you let it dry naturally. And then what we're going to be doing is popping some up the dress. I might actually, I'm going to be using this long one that I've done here, and I'll wind it up the dress, form itself, and snake it up round the front and up over the back, up over the shoulder, and then there we go. So I want to put that up there like that and up over the shoulder. So we need more, slap it on that. And then just load the brush again. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it from there and bring it up that way. So we will pop that on there and just gently I need to pop some on underneath this bit here. And up over the shoulder. That gives you it up over the back. It's matte medium. It is slap it on matte. So put that there just now like that. And I quite like those smaller flowers as opposed to the big ones. Although I might put a big one in here somewhere. I better not, I know. I better not put that there. So I'll load up the brush again and just put a bit at the side here and put a big flower on at the side. And then just gently pop that on there. And then we'll see about getting another one on this side. You knew where I was going with that, Eileen. I've got to be good on recording. So, I don't know if you can see that or not. So we've got the mannequin and we're up round the side. I put a big one at the side there. It swirls round. There's another one there. I need to stamp more of those little flowers because I want it to kind of come up over the shoulder and down here. Because she's a bit lopsided, this one. She's kind of got one down the way and then an inverted one on that side. I don't know if you can see that or not. She's a bit lopsided. So let's see if we can maybe put another one up here. Or the big ones, just on the waistband. Or have it going at an angle. Right, so that was another one that I just popped on there. So let me stamp some more of the small ones. That should be okay there just now. I wonder if I can use some of the light ones. Let me just see what this would look like. No, I'll stamp some. I wonder if I can get away with it having to separate some of this and stamp in the little areas. That's fine. strip these out. Okay, right, let's see where we can get this to go. We need some more mat though. Okay, let's load up our brush. And I do want one to kind of meet up like that. So if we can put that there. I don't want it to overlap. That's perfect. Okay. So I want another one to come up over the shoulder. And then down round to cover this one. There we go. And then we'll just pop some big one on the back there. You're funny, Irene. I haven't done any felting for a while. I want to try wet felting. I've got all the stuff for it. I've just not had a chance to play. I think that's enough flowers. I think so. Right. Clean the brush off. Get a quick drink of juice. Right. Okay. So we just need to let this dry. I know, I put something out on outside to dry and I left it out all night. I need to add a little bit more colour to it, but this is going to form part of my tag book. I just need to spray some colour on it because it's kind of greeny bluey, but I kind of killed it with the silver. Greeny bluey purpley, and so it's absolutely boiling because it's been lying outside, and I'm swithering whether to put her outside just to dry. Or whether to, you know, zap her with a heat gun, but it's better if you can let it dry naturally, because then the crinkles will all even out. But that's her so far. But what I can do in the meantime is I can work on the base. Let me just pop her there just now, and I'll clean up this bit of matte medium. He would rip it to bits, literally. I've got to watch because he sees me with things, and you can see the look in his eye as if to say, "Oh." For those watching that don't know who Chunky is, that's my Springer Spaniel, and he destroys everything. Right. Okay, so what I want to do now is, I just need to clean this off. We're going to tackle the stand while we're waiting on the body drying. Right. So what we're going to need is some fat foam, some flitter glue, and something to put it on. I'll just use the corner of my mat just now. Should be okay with that. So we'll come to that in a minute. But this is the stand for the mannequin. And what happens is when you put this on, it's still wet. When you put this on, you make a hole in the bottom, and it slides down to about here. So you're only seeing the bottom part of the stand, about this much. So I'm going to give this a coat of the yellow. I should have thought about this when I had the paint made up before. Hi Janet. I don't think we'll need an awful lot. So that's just some of the gesso, but it's also good to mix with any other colour of their paints, because this is artist quality gesso. It's got no gritty bits in it, and it's as good as the paints. So that's why they don't make a white paint, they just make a big white gesso, because you can mix that in with the paints. So this is banana custard. And let's just mix this in. And it'll give us a little mellow yellow. go. So we'll just put some around the base. And then to the bottom, not that you'll ever see the bottom because it's going to be on a stand, but just in case somebody picks it up at one of the demonstrations, then it's all finished on all areas. To get that base a little dry. Let's just give this a little coat up the stick. You can see there's not a breath of wind here today because the elder trees, that's what you can see is all the leaves on my mat. It's hardly moving. Although I said that and it started moving. It started moving a little bit. So I just want to give this another coat just to make sure that it's nice and even. It's a beautiful colour of yellow, this. Something just buzzed in my ear there. I've got my door open. There we go. I thought it was a bee there, but it's not. Okay. Just give this another little dry. It was Eileen that flew by to check it out. It gave me a wee wink and said, "That's looking good, Sarah. I'll come and see it tomorrow." Right, I think we're dry. Another wee coat on the bottom because it's not quite covered to my liking. That's better. There we go, so that's nice. Let me just clear up the paint. I'm just going to put the mannequin in the window so that it'll dry in the heat, in the sun. There we go. Right. Next stage is the flitter glue. What we're going to do is pop some onto the fat foam, and then get where are they now? A palette knife and just work it in and just press it into the foam, and it will just all get worked in until there's you can see no more, and you end up with a little glue pad. It goes in quite well. And let's just clear this off right away. Just dip it in the water. The glue is water soluble, non-toxic, water-based, non-flammable, safe for kids. Just don't eat it. I had somebody at school, when I was in primary school and I was about 5 or 6, I used to, let's just say there was a girl in my class who ate glue. She would eat it. You know that they used to get the green plastic spatula? She used to dip it in the pot and eat the glue. And her name was Caroline. I always remember that. I do. Did you like that, Eileen? It's good stuff. You can use it for everything. That was my wee design team spiel. Okay, so what we want to do now is I need a stamp. Need to put that face down or it will dry out. What did I do with that stamp box? It's here. Okay, so we've got the circle dot background that I'm going to be using. And what I'm going to do is I need to move this to the edge. And what I want to do is get the glue. I don't know how much of this you can see without that falling off. There we go. So I'm going to glue up this stamp. And I've just realised I don't have any water up here, so I'm going to have to run down the house and wash this once I'm done. Okay, so that's it well glued. Pop that back down. I'm going to take this and I'm going to push this mat right to the edge. I'm going to place the wooden dowel on it and roll so that we've got glue all the way around. And I'm going to do the same for the base. So I'm going to roll the base round, and I think that's me. Right, let me run down to the house and wash the stamp underwater, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, back again. So I'm just going to dry this stamp off. Hi Tracy. There we go. I'll just let that dry in the sun. Now, we need some flakes. Right, so I'm going to use this one, and it's called Autumn Blaze, and it's got some really nice pieces of flake in it. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that red bit there? They're really nice. So what I want to do is try and be a little bit selective with the flake. Just open this up because it's very similar colours to in the dresses, and then I'll pop that on. The glue will be fine on that, it won't do any harm. But if you can see that, that's got red and orange in it. Hang on. So what I want to do is wrap that around, press that onto the flutter glue that's on the base. And then I've got some kind of orangey coppery bits here as well. Kind of just unfold these a little bit and pop those onto. Now we've got it on the bottom here too, so I'm just going to pop some pieces on here. And then just burnish that on. There we go. Now I need a bit of scoochy foam. And just define all the bits. And then this bit too. Perfect. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that up there just now, get all the bits back into the tub, and let me just give this one last little rub up. And that's the base. We've now got some nice pattern on the base, and by Carol around the sun. You can see the colours. So that's it coming up the base of that. That's what you're better doing. You're better starting with the starter kit because it has everything in it that you need. And then what you can do is, as you get into it more and more, you can buy more flakes, or just see how you get going with it. But I would recommend a starter kit to start with. And it's easy to do as long as you follow. There is a video on YouTube and you'll get the knack of it. It takes maybe about a couple of goes before you get what you know that you're supposed to do with it. And then you'll be away, no looking back. So, and I've got a couple of little bits here that I don't want there. What to do is buy the Whizzy eraser if you're getting a kit. Because it's fab for taking the flake off with the bits that you don't want it to be. Where was that little bit? That was there. So I had a couple of bits that had come up over onto this ridge and I didn't want them there. There's another little bit there. Just rub them out. You do get a lot of flake. Now, I did have, yeah, I've got one here. I've got an unopened tub of flake, and this is Chariot of Fire, and it's the gold. And you do get a lot, and you get lots of nice big flakes. And they're kind of perfect for Christmas cards and putting nice edges on things. And you know, I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't like it myself. So, but I can recommend them because they're nice. Right, so how's our little mannequin doing? So we've got the base done for her, and she's just about finished. But what we want to do is, there's little bits where she's not dried properly. Probably just because I've not had enough of the stuff down. 2 ticks. Oh, there we go. A little bit there. And a little bit in the small of her back. Probably just because I didn't have enough glue down. Just slap it on that. But everything else is looking good on her. Have you got it yet, Eileen? So I need to embellish this. I don't know where half my stuff is. I did find this when I was tidying up, and it's Making Memories Paper Reverie, and you're getting glittery kind of trim, a ruffled trim, but I'm interested in this at the bottom here, so I'm thinking I can stick that around the base, possibly around the neck as well. That might be quite nice. Right, so let's see what we can do with this. Oh, it's getting warm in here. Okay. A little bit of score tape. Alright. Wonder what Eileen made with hers. Alright. Okay, I bet you I've not put enough in that, I haven't. Okay, so I'll peel this off, and I'm going to start from the back of her neck and just go right the way round. There we go. So that's the back of her, well, that's not the back of her neck done. That's her neck done. And a little bit of lace. And I was planning on putting some of this around the bottom as well. What I'll do is, I think I'll just put the tape direct, or maybe not, I better put it on the lace. I don't know if that will be enough. Should be. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start off with the back. There we go. A little bit of the crochet got stuck underneath. So I'll just chop that bit. Stick that down. So we've got the bottom as well. Right. I'm just trying to think what else I want to do with her. Um, Thanks, Eileen and Jeannie. I'm just trying to think what I want to do with her now. I can't think. I don't want her just to look like that. I want something else. But I'm just wondering what else I can do with her. Let me think. I don't know what I've done with that stamp. I think it must be in the house because I've not brought it up yet. I am. This is going along to the demos with me, but I need to make it a little bit more nicer. I need to run down to the house and get this stamp. Hold on 2 seconds. Righty-ho. So I've picked up some of the indigo blue flitter glue glitter, and also this butterfly stamp. So I just need to find where my vellum is. I've got a vellum cardstock somewhere. I'm thinking it must be in the other shed. Hi Julie. I don't think that cardstock's here. Let me just go and check my shed. Right, I found some. It's not the right stuff that I wanted, but it'll do. Dinner. Oh, she's there. Come here. Say hello. Pups. Ah, get down. You're bad. You're a cheeky boy. Come on, under there. On you go. Come on, on you go. He's got a wee bed underneath my desk now. Chunky's been getting treats all day. He's such a pest. What does I do with that big? Not big enough. Right. And again, once I've finished gluing this, I'm going to have to run down the house because I've got no water here. So this is the large butterfly. when you're stamping this, it's just down, press, and up, or it's going to stick to your paper. 2 ticks while I go and wash this. There we go, that's it all washed. Chuck it there to dry. And you want to make sure your hands are dry before you touch any of the glitter glue. Come on in, Chunky. Come on in that wee bit in there. He's a good boy. Okay. So, I've got a little hair stuck there that I want to just get up. Get rid of that. So I'm going to use the same flake that I used before, which is Autumn Blaze. And I'm going to cut this out. And I'd actually seen this on a mannequin down at Indigoblu when I was there, and I liked the look. So this butterfly is going to be wings for my mannequin. I might need to put a double layer on though. Right. So what we want to do is just pop the lid back on that just now. And just burnish the flake onto the glue to get it to stick. Because if you don't, and you rub it with the sponge, it's just going to come straight back up. Okay. So then we want to get the foam and polish it up. What I'm going to do in the meantime is, before I take any more off, is put all this back into the box. He has been a good boy today, Eileen, actually, for a change. So what we want to do is just give this a gentle scrub to reveal the finer detail. don't know how well you'll see that. That's really pretty. It's alright, I just wiped all the little crumbs that were on the desktop on the top of his head. So we've got a wee sparkly Springer under the desk. So I'm thinking I will probably do this twice and have them back to back. So that you see it nice from the front and the back. Don't use a kitchen scrubby or you will wreck your gilding flakes. That's it there. It's made out of a soft sponge, but it's not the same as a kitchen scrubby. I think someone had said that they'd used a kitchen scrubby and they didn't get the same effect, it just rubbed off. It's because it was too harsh. I'm just going to chop off its wee tail. I just want the wings. I want these to be wings and not a butterfly on the back. So the head, the antenna and the wings are off. I should have brought water up on me because I'm going to have to stamp this and do it again. I spent more time running up and down to that house in that other shed than I've spent crafting today. There we go. So that's the butterfly. And what I'll do is I'll get the other one and stick it onto the back, and hopefully that will help to keep the vellum from curling. Right, need to dry this stamp off. Phone's running out of charge. So we need to do this again. And then get the glue on it. Get the vellum. And then it's down, press and straight back up. Right, I need to run and clean this stamp and then I'll be back. Okay. Come on in then. In you come. In there. It's a good boy. Okay, so and the paper that I'm using has, or the vellum that I'm using has got flakes in it, like little sparkly flakes. I don't know if you're seeing that or not. Right, so back into the flitter glue. Hi Susan! I hope you're not skiving. Susan's skiving work. Pavla's skiving as well, because Pavla's watching from work as well. Right, so let me just pop the lid on this for now. Save it going everywhere, and then just gently with the palm of your finger, just rub it in and get it to stick to the glue. Otherwise, if you don't do this step, you're going to end up rubbing all the flake off of your butterfly. That just gets it to stick. Okay, so just grab your box and chuck back in the excess. Lid on the box again, and then get your squeegee tool, squeegee sponge, and then polish it up. There we go. You see that shining? And then just put all the crumbs back in. Or decorate your spaniel under the floor. Okay, let's cut this one out. there we go. 2 butterflies. So I'm just going to see how this is going to work. And the best bit would be to do with this. Probably a bit of glue. Probably glue. Okay. Do you know what I'm going to use? A little bit of score tape. I don't want to use a wet glue just now, and then have to wait ages on it drying. So let's just snip little bits of score tape and place them strategically so that you don't see it through the vellum. A couple more little bits. Down there. Down there. We should be okay at that. I'm not sure if I need a wee bit here or not. Let's just go for it. Okay, let's do the top bit first. Right, so that's the top bits on. So what we want is these little sidey bits. In the middle. There we go. And then the bottom. Okay, so that's our butterfly, double-sided. It's got little dinky bits at the side there, if you can see that. But I'm not too fussed about that. It gives it a kind of movement, if you like. So this is going to be going on in the middle of our back. So what I need to do is get an adhesive that's going to be like that. So I need to get something to secure that onto the back, and then something to put on there to cover that. Glossy accents. Stay there, chunks. Come on, chunky. In you come. don't want a lot. Just hold this here until it dries. Or grabs hold. So that's kind of it at the moment. I might want to put another little bit of adhesive just up here. Keep that wing shut. Just a tiny little bit. There we are. I don't know how much of that you're seeing because it's very bright. Better if I hold it down there. So we need something to put in the back here. And I thought about putting some glitter, in some of these flowers. I don't know what it would look like, or whether it would be OTT. Are they scary doll heads? What I'll do is I'll try and get a chain that will come down the front so that there's a dangly bit down the front here. A nice chain, but I don't know. I had a jar of bits. That I found. Now, this might be quite nice. Come on in, Pop. Come on in you go. The wrong colour. Not the right idea. I might need to make something. I don't have the right colours. These are just old bits of jewellery that my mother-in-law's picked up over the years and sent them down for me to craft with. Right, okay. So I might need to call it a day with that there just now until I come up with an idea as to what I can put round. I think that's an earring. Now, so this might be a possibility for sticking on the back of that, and so might this, to have that dangling down the back. I wonder if I can get that to stick in there. So this is an earring with loads of different bits and bobs on it, and dangly bits and drop clips. And I'm thinking I can pop that down into her back. I've made a hole like that, so that it kind of dangles down. Hiya Claire! So I've made a little hole just in the top of her back there, and I'm just going to pop this through. I've kind of straightened it out so that when it goes in it lies flat. And then you have this going down the back. I don't know how well you're seeing that. So it's kind of dangling. And then the plan is to put this over the top. And probably have that on the back like so. I need to make sure that that doesn't come out of there. So I'm going to pop some glossy accents in it. And then what I'm going to do is, hopefully that will hold that. I'll poke some through. Hold these little danglies down the back. Just have to wait there until it dries and sets in. And then I'll pop that on the back there, and that will cover, you see, in that hole. And that's probably as far as I can take this just now until that sets and dries. I'll put a splodge of glossy accents on that, and then just sit it on top and leave that to dry. And I'll lift that up so that you can see, you can just see that there, and I'll let that dry. And that's us for today. And that's as far as I can take this little lovely wee mannequin at the moment, until that lot dries. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. And we might incorporate some glitter in it later once that's set. I'll leave it in the sun and hope that she's going to dry. Right there. I don't want that sliding down her back. I think that should hold. I think that should hold okay. Okay, lovely ladies, I'm going to go and nip out and get something for the tea. And hopefully she'll be dry soon, and we can do other things to her. So I better stop the recording on this. I don't even know how long we've been going for. And just say thank you to everybody for popping round and keeping me company this afternoon. And if you're watching the recording, thanks for watching. And I'll see you all soon.